public. Okay. And the cloud of computers extends beyond a single company or enterprise. If it is a cloud means definitely it is not a single one. Okay. So it is beyond the single company or enterprise. And we can access via the internet. We need the internet connection to access the information from the cloud. So documents, applications, or any other data if you require from the cloud means what the only thing is we required an internet connection. And then another important point is it is invisible. That means technology and infrastructure behind the cloud is invisible. That means it does not you need not required to know what is the technology used here, like HTTP, HTML, XML, JavaScript, Java. If you know only these applications, you can able to access the information means definitely not, because technology and infrastructure behind the cloud is invisible. Okay. So this is what is cloud computing. And as from the Google's perspective, cloud computing is divided into 6 key properties. The first one is it is user centric. So how it is user centric means users are connected to the cloud. First thing is who is going to access the cloud? User. So users are going to connected to the cloud, and whatever they stored like documents, messages, images, like if your phone does not have enough memory means you can able to store all the images in the cloud, right? So like images, applications, and whatever you stored in the cloud, that is that becomes yours. That is if you are sharing your information with that is others means that is also accounted in your data, accounted as your data. So not only is the data yours, but you can also able to share it with others. And then any devices that access your data in the cloud also becomes yours. So if you are accessing any devices from the cloud means that device is also considered as your device. Okay. So it is called as user centric. Will you able to follow? Will you able to follow? Okay. So next thing is cloud computing is task centric. How it is task centric is that is it is mainly focused on what can do and what you need done and how the application can do it for you. Okay. So it is mainly based on the task. Okay. So it is called as task centric. And how it is powerful, here thousands of computers are connected together in a cloud, so definitely compute power is high, so it is more powerful. Next is cloud computing is accessible. So once the data is stored in the cloud, we can able to access that information, instantly retrieve more information from multiple repositories, because so here in the cloud we can, that is multiple servers, multiple companies is interconnected, so we can able to retrieve your information from multiple repositories. That means your data is not stored particularly in a single machine. Okay, because as I told, it is not a network computing, it is a cloud computing. So here your data is not stored particularly in a single repositories. Okay. And then cloud computing is intelligent. That means the data stored on the computers in a cloud, you can able to use the data for data mining and analysis process to access the information in the intelligent, because large amount of data, huge amount of data is stored in the cloud. So while extracting that information, you can use this data mining analysis process to get an information. Okay. And finally, cloud computing is programmable. So the task performed is is automatically done in the cloud computing because technology and infrastructure is invisible in the cloud computing. And to maintain the integrity of data, your data is replicated. That means duplicated in many other machines. Suppose if one of the machines got failure, automatically your data can be accessible from other machines. Okay, so you can able to maintain the integrity of data if your information is stored in the cloud. Okay, and then if one of the computer goes offline, you can able to retrieve your information still by other machines because your data is replicated in the another one. So it is automatically redistributed your data to many computers in the cloud. Clear? So this is how cloud computing is programmable. So these are the 6 key properties of cloud computing. That is, it is user centric, task centric. How it is user centric? Users are connected to the cloud and data are stored in the cloud is belongs to the users, and you can able to share your documents and applications with others, and information you are accessing, device you are accessing from the cloud is also become yours. And it is task centric. It does not it's mainly focusing on what it can do, what you need to do, and how the applications can do it for you. And multiple machines are connected together, so automatically it is more powerful, and we can able to access retrieve our informations from multiple repositories. And it is intelligent in the sense we can able to extract the information in an intelligent manner by performing data mining and analysis process. And cloud computing is programmable, so all these programmable is automated. So to maintain the integrity of data, your information is replicated on other computers. So that means it automatically redistributes your computer data to other computer in the cloud. Okay, these are the 6 key properties of the cloud computing. Hope you understand what is cloud computing now, right? The next thing is history of cloud computing. So the basic, that means the client server architecture and peer-to-peer architecture. These two architecture are antecedents of cloud computing. That means these two are the earlier. First one is client server, and second one is peer-to-peer distributed computing. These two are ancestor for the cloud computing. Okay, so client server architecture is mainly focused on centralized data storage facilities, and peer-to-peer focusing on the multiple computers working together to increase the computing power. So coming to the client server computing, which is used for centralized applications and storage. So that means why we are calling this as centralized applications means, so all the informations and data are stored in a central coordinator, which is called as the server. All your applications, data, and all the request and response, everything will be controlled by one of the huge computer. That huge computer is called as a server. So here client server architecture can also be called as master slave. Our master is server and slaves are the client machines. Okay, so if the user want to access the data means they have to run the program and they have to connect to the server, and then they have to get the appropriate access from the server, and finally they can able to retrieve the information. So here they are calling that as renting the program or data from the server. And if the users are connected to the server through the terminal, that terminal is called as workstation or a client. Okay, so actually client machine will be called as a dummy terminal because it does not have much storage space, much to processing power. It does not have anything. The only thing is through that client machine we can able to request the server for accessing the data as well as processing the data. So this is a client server architecture. Okay. And then, so this client server architecture is a centralized coordinator. So who is that centralized coordinator? IT staff will maintain that centralized, that is IT staff only maintain the server. So if there is any process request comes, So they will serve to the other clients. Okay. So here access was not immediate. That means what? If two or more users gives a request at the same time, what will happen? Based on the priority, they can serve the request, or first come first serve, they can serve the request. Okay. And if want to customize a report, or if that is even the client itself want to do something in the client server architecture, definitely it cannot be, because everything will be done in the server only. So want to customize a report, or you want to create a new report based on the new data, or you um, that means anything if you want to do on your own, that is not possible in the client server. Everything will be given by the IT staff. So they have to schedule and then serve the request, and finally from the server the data will be given to the client. Okay. When multiple people are sharing a single computer means, here the thing is we have to wait for your turn. Okay. So that is called as client server architecture. Okay. So if you want to rerun your financial report, no problem. If you do not mind waiting until afternoon or tomorrow morning, okay. So suppose if you want to run your particular applications immediately, means that is not possible here. Okay. And we if you want to need the computer machine immediately, if you want to request get a response immediately, means that is not possible in this client server environment, because we have to wait for your turn. Okay. So immediate gratification you can get, but immediate response you will not get in the client server architecture. Okay. So it is not a user enabling environment. What does it mean? User cannot enable the server. The server has to give the response to the user's request. So till that, the user has to wait. So this is about client server architecture. It is also called as master slave. Okay. So the main disadvantages of client servers here, hurry up and wait experience. That means you have to wait for your turn. Okay. And then server part of the system also created a huge bottleneck. That means if multiple clients requesting the server at the same time, definitely it is a huge bottleneck for the server machine. And all the communications between the computers had go through the server first. Okay. If the server is inefficient, definitely the response will not get. Okay. So these are the disadvantages of the client server model. So the next comes is peer to peer. So they thought of not depending on a single machine. Okay. So here in the peer to peer computing, without hitting the server for all the process, here every computer will be considered as a client under the server. Okay. So peer to peer machines will help them for accessing the informations and running the applications. Okay. So here in the peer to peer computing, so first without first hitting the server, led to make the development of peer to peer computing. And in this P2P computing architecture, each computer has equivalent capabilities and responsibilities. Each and every machine will be considered as a client as well as the server. Here, there is no master and the slave option. Okay. So here, this peer-to-peer enables the direct exchange of resources and services. And here, there is no need for the central server. And peer-to-peer is also considered decentralizing concept, because client server architecture, there is a central coordinator which is called as a server. Here, there is no concept like that. It is a decentralizing concept. Okay. So decentralizing means what? All the computers can functioning as equals. So client machines is not dummy and a server machine is mainframe. Not like that. Here all the machines are functioning as equals. And all the data applications, everything will be dispersed among the various peer computers. Okay, so now no centralized server is assigned to host the available resources. And most notable implementation of P2P computing is the internet. The only thing is here we need the internet to access the informations. Okay, and then so initial P2P computing network is called as ARPANET. Okay, so there that is it is mainly used in US. Next comes the Usenet network. This is also a peer-to-peer computing network. So this is started in the year 1979. And so in Usenet, the messages were propagated between the peer computers. So using connecting to any single Usenet server had access to all. So users connecting to a single Usenet network had access to all. That is, all the machines can able to access that messages. Okay. It is not like a traditional client server nature. That means it uses both the thing. There is client server nature. It also uses the client server nature as well as the peer to peer. Okay, in the sense not every part of the internet is peer to peer in nature. So that so after that peer to peer, next comes this world wide web. Again we are going back to the client server architecture model, because world wide web is through the browser, client is requesting the server for some information. So again the client server architecture model came. Okay, so almost World Wide Web is again the content is centralized, all the control is centralized, and the clients have no autonomy or control in the process. Only thing is the client can able to browse for the information. So server will, that is web server will find your request. If that information is found in that particular server, it will give the response in the form of HTTP. Okay, so this is again World Wide Web get backs the client server model. Okay, so first comes the client server model. Second one is peer to peer networking, and next one is distributed computing. So here distributed computing gives you the more computing power. That means it is not necessary that each and every user can have the more powerful configured machine. It is not required here. Okay, so we can call this distributed computing as subsets of peer-to-peer model, because here in the network idle pieces are first trapped. Okay, and then that idle pieces will be used by other clients to increase the power of their processing power of in the projects. Okay, so first thing is idle PCs across the network or across the internet are tapped to provide more computing power for larger projects. Okay, so that we are calling this as cycle sharing between multiple computers. For example, you have the PC that is running out of all 7 days, 24 hours. Uh, that means, but you are not using that 24 hours, 7 days a week. Okay. So most of the time your machine will be idle. So that idle portion can be used by the other resources, other users. Okay. So that is the concept of distributed computing. So if you want to add your machines to the distributed computing means, first you have to enlist in the distributed computing project, and based on that you have to install the software on the machine to run various processing activities. Okay, so you can able to use that particular PC if your PC is unused. Okay, if you are not using that PC, if the PC is idle means distributed environment trying to use your resource, otherwise it is not. Okay, if you are using the PC means it will not disturb your process. Okay, if your PC is idle for a particular period of time means automatically your PC will be tapped by the other projects, that is in the distributed computing process. Okay, So how it will find whether your PC is idle or not? So here it takes the spare time processing is periodically updated in the distributing network, and combine their machines with your machines. They can easily make the computation process more powerful. Okay, so easily they can able to make a complex projects within a time. Okay, for example, they have given genetic research project. So that genetic research project definitely requires a compute more computing power. So if you are using the traditional means of computing, definitely they will not be able to solve that mathematical problems. But while connecting with multiple pieces, that means by connecting together thousands of individual pieces, more powerful, more power is applied to the problem, and the results can be reached in a easy manner, as well as very sooner they can able to get the results, because here thousands of machines are interconnected. Okay, so make our projects more powerful. Clear? So this is how the compute distributed computing works. Okay, so this distributed computing dates back to 1973. Actually it started in the year 1973. Basically they computers were networked together at the Xerox PARC labs, and then they use swarm software to cruise through the network. That means they have to find through the network whichever PCs are idle. Okay, so they use swarm software to find the idle PCs or through the network. Okay, so the more practical application of distributed computing is appeared in the year 1988, when researchers at DEC, that is Digital Equipment Corporation System Research Center, developed a software to find the work factor large numbers among the workstations within the laboratory. So in 1990, they found by using the 100 users, they had a factors of 100-digit number. Same in the 1995, the same effort have been expanded to the 130 digit number. That means they added more number of interconnected machines. Okay, so they can able to increase the factor. Okay, so the next first major internet-based distributed computing project was launched in the year 1997, and in this, thousands of personal computers are employed for the encryption code, and even SCTI at home. This is launched in the year May 1999. So here also they linked millions of individual computers to search for an intelligent life in outer space. Okay, and many distributing computing projects are conducted within the mostly this distributed computing process is required by the larger enterprises, that is larger organizations only required, because they can't be able to buy highly configured for each and every user. They can make use of the cloud. Okay, and so other larger projects utilize the computers of everyday internet users, and with the computing typically taking place of offline. Okay, and then uploaded once a day and traditional consumer internet connections. So first, if they have the internet connections, they can able to access the information, and they will process that information if they are in the offline, and if want to upload that information on the cloud, they need the internet connections. Okay, so from the early days, collaborative this so far we have seen about the distributed computing, and next comes the collaborative computing. Okay, so collaborative computing means collaboration means what? Group of peoples working together is called as collaboration, collaborative computing. Okay, so from the early days of client server computing through the evaluation of peer-to-peer computing, there are multiple users to work simultaneously on the same computer based project. Okay, so we are calling this as collaborative computing as driving force behind cloud computing. Okay. So here early group of collaboration is just enabled by the combination of several different peer-to-peer technologies. The main goal is they can able to enable the multiple users to collaborate on group projects online and also in the real time. Okay, so this is the earlier collaboration. That is, in the earlier collaboration starts with the client server model, then with the peer to peer. Okay, all the places, multiple users are trying to work simultaneously at the same time. Okay, through online or in the, if it is a real time means they can able to work at the same time. So to collaborate on any project, if you want to work together with other people means what is the first thing? We should know what are the people's involved in that group. Okay. So that means we have to talk to one another first. Then we can make instant messaging for it may be the text message, voice message, or we can conduct a video conference. Okay. Video capabilities for voice and picture communication. The thing is, first thing is you have to make a communication with one another. That is called as talk to one another. Okay. So most collaboration offers a complete range of audio video options for full featured multiple user video conferencing. And we can also able to share files so that multiple users can work on the same document simultaneously if you're sharing the files only. And they can also use whiteboarding, so which is used and early group collaboration systems range from simple to complex. Simple in the sense they can use Lotus Notes and Microsoft Net Meeting initially. That is, if it is a simple project, they can use this options like Lotus Notes and Microsoft Net Meeting. And if it is a complex project, they are working on the complex project, extremely complex project means they can use the different architecture, which is Groove Network System. And then most of the corporations are targeted and limited to operations over the company's private network. That means most of the corporations are now started to use the cloud network, not the company's private network. So the basic thing of collaboration is client server model, then the peer to peer model. Okay. So next step in the collaboration uh, is limited with the actually with the growth of the internet. There is no need to limit group collaboration. There you can able Sorry for the interrupt. Am I audible now? Am I audible now? Is my screen visible to you? Please give me a reply on chat. One second. Is my voice is clear? One second. Give me a few minutes. I will get back to you. Okay. Am I- It is now. My screen visible now. Like I'm audible now. Uh, There. Why there is no reply? Yeah, I'm audible. Now, I'm audible now. Okay. So, share my screen. Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible to you? No, I shared it. Now, how is it now? Still, it's no. Okay. Now, okay. 1 second, wait. Um, I shared my PPT in the chat. Will you able to get it? It's uploaded. It shows me uploaded. Uh, it's uploaded, right? Uh, you open the PPT and go to the slide number 20. If possible, in the meantime, I will try to share my PPT with you. Is it visible to you now? Please replay me as screen is visible. Okay. If you say yes means no screen visuals. Okay. I don't know what is the problem. Maybe my network is full only. Is my screen visible now? Or else we will move on to, that is, you open the PPT, go to the slide number 20, I start explaining, right? Is my screen visible or not now? No, okay. Okay, everyone can open the slide. Okay. Cloud next step in collaboration. Okay. So with the growth of the internet, there is no limit for the collaboration of number of peoples. Okay. Users from multiple locations, multiple organizations can able to collaborate on a project across the companies, or they can be in any boundaries, that is any places, any locations. There are peoples can be in any locations. Okay. So to do this, projects has to be housed in the cloud of the internet. If you want to collaborate, you want to do the project, means that project has to be in the cloud, and everyone can able to access that from the internet enabled location. Okay, so here the concept of cloud based documents and services took wing with the development of large server farms. Here we required a large number of server farms. Okay, so here such as one of the server farms is run by the Google. Okay, so Google already have a collection of servers for running the massive search engine, and why not use that same 9 computing power to drive a collection of web-based. So same computing power to drive a collection of web-based applications in the process and provide a new level of internet based group. Okay, so they started thinking like that, and then they combined all these computing powers of the server for the project. So that's exactly what happened. Google was not the only company offering the computing solution. Any other companies who offered this computing power, like IBM, Sun Systems, and other big providers like Microsoft, everybody started providing the cloud networks. Okay, so on the software side, we are developing a cloud-based application and storage devices, and then we are using cloud service to and we started using this cloud applications. Okay, and this functionality can also be extended to many number of computer users, and what to connects to the internet, mobile phones, portable music players, even automobiles and home television sets. Okay, and actually, network is the computer. This is given by the Sun Microsystem. That is, the network is the computer. That means they are describing how cloud computing works. In the sense, network of computers functions as a single computer to serve data and applications to the user over the internet. That means in the cloud, many number of computers and servers are incorporated, but as a user we does not know anything about the how many number of computers are connected, but it will serve particular data and applications to the user as a single computer. Okay, so that means this on microsystem slogan is the network is the computer. It for the particular user it will be visible as a single computer. Okay, so the network exists in the cloud of IP addresses, as we know as the internet, and which offers massive computing power, massive storage capability, which also enables the scale up group collaboration. Okay. Once again, I just want to know, are you all able to follow? How was my voice now? Am I audible clearly now? Okay, fine. Okay. So to understand about how the cloud architecture works, the key to cloud computing is the cloud. As I told earlier itself, what is the key definition of a cloud computer? It is a cloud itself. Okay. So here also they will tell the cloud computing is a cloud. That means a massive network of servers or individual PCs interconnected in a grid, which is called as a cloud. So all these computers are working in parallel to provide, that is combining the resources of each and every computer, which provides you the supercomputing power. Okay, so by combining all these separate computers together, which gives you more supercomputing power. Okay, which is called as cloud computing. Okay, so what exactly is the cloud? It's a collection of computers and servers which are publicly accessible through the internet. Okay, so here hardware is typically owned and operated by a third party on a consolidated basis in one or more data center locations. So the cloud can be, as I told earlier itself, Google owns the cloud, Google Cloud. It can be given to the public users. Google users can able to use that Google Cloud publicly. So it can be a private or it can be a public, as I told. Okay. So here hardware is typically owned and operated by a third party. So and then the machines can run any combination of the operating system. So here operating system does not matter. It can be a Windows. One machine can be a Macintosh. Any type of operating system. The only thing is here task. Okay. So cloud computing is task oriented. Okay. Not the operating system depends. So each and every machine can operate independently in the cloud. That means individual users can able to connect with this cloud servers. Okay, so each and every individual users can able to connect with this cloud servers for their own personal computers or portable devices or over the internet. And to these individual users, The cloud is seen as a single application or device or document. So we does not know what are the servers are connected in the cloud. For this particular user, this will be considered as a single application. Okay. The hardware in the cloud, and that means operating system. What is the operating system used in the cloud? Everything is invisible to that particular individual users. Okay. So how this cloud architecture works? That means user knows only the user interface. Through this interface only they can able to connect with the cloud. So this user interface act as the front end. Okay. So here user can able to select a task or service. That means the request. User request then passed on to the system management. So here the system management finds the correct resources and then calls the system's appropriate services. So the system management find the types of services required by this particular user. So then it activates that particular service. Services carve out the necessary resources in the cloud, and appropriate web application either creates or opens up the requested document. Okay. So it activates the particular applications. Then the system's monitoring and metering functions track the usage of the cloud so that resources are apportioned and attributed to the proper user. So first thing is user request is given by the user interface. System management receives that request and find out the services requested by the user, activates that particular service, and that particular service will check for that application through the web application process that request, and the result will be given back to the particular user. This is how cloud architecture works. Okay. So the primary use of the cloud computing is data storage first. Okay. And then with the cloud storage, data is stored on multiple third-party servers. It is not in a single server, because cloud computing, we have many number of servers connected. So data is stored on multiple third-party servers, and all the server will be a virtual server. We can't able to see. That is when storing data, the user sees a virtual server. That means what? It appears as if the data is stored in a particular place with specific name, but actually that is not happened in the reality. Okay, it is not stored in a particular place. So users data could be stored on any one or more of the computers used to create the cloud. It is stored particularly a single place. The actual storage location may differ from day to day. Okay. So even minute to minute, as a cloud dynamically manages available storage space. And then final thing is the user sees a static location of his data and actually manage his storage space if it were connected to his own PC. So we can able to, that is here it is virtual, but actually if it is connected to our own PC, it can be seen as a static location, right? Okay, able to follow? Screen visible. Hope you are following. Okay. So the main advantages of using cloud storage is financially as well as in the security basis. The advantages comes financial in the sense it is very cheaper because we can't able to buy a highly computing powered machine, right? So virtual resources in the cloud are typically cheaper than the dedicated physical resources. Security in the sense anytime we can able to access that information. So the data loss is not possible in the cloud because your data are duplicated across the multiple machines. Okay. Since multiple copies of the data is kept in the cloud, so if one machine goes offline, we can able to get the same information from the other machines. So, okay, even if one machine crashes, the duplicated data from the other machines can also be accessible. So security is there. And for the developers, what cloud computing is, and for the end users, what cloud computing is. Okay, for developer is concerned, the thing is, here increased amount of storage and processing power to run the applications, and it also enables a new ways to access the information, process and analyze the data, connect with the different people and resources from any location anywhere in the world. So in the developer sense, so for end users, how it is useful, the cloud computing matters means person using a web-based application is not physically bound to a single particular computer or a single network. Okay, so its applications and documents can be accessed wherever he is, whenever he wants, they can able to access the informations. So gone is a fear of losing data if a computer crashes. So no user cannot get any fear if the data crashes, because it is duplicated, it is redistributed to all the computers. Okay, so documents hosted in the cloud always exist no matter what happens to the user machine. And also there is a benefit of collaboration in the cloud computing, and users around the world can collaborate on same documents, applications and projects in real time. So what do you mean by collaboration? That is same document, application and projects simultaneously accessed, simultaneously used by multiple users is called as a group collaboration. Okay, so it creates a new world of collaborative computing, all enabled by the notation of cloud computing. All this can happen by using the concept of cloud computing. Okay, and then pros and cons of cloud computing. There is so many advantages and disadvantages of using cloud computing. Advantages in the sense, lower cost computers for users, as I told earlier itself. So we can able to get high powered computer. We need not able to buy that. Okay, so definitely it is a cheap. Okay, we can able to get high powered by using a lower priced. And then if you consider the individual desktop, definitely we can't able to spare memory storage high. So here we can able to access in, if you consider small individual desktop, definitely we can have smaller hard disk, less memory and more efficient processes like that. But here client computer in the scenario, we need a CD or DVD drive. No software programs have to be loaded into the particular desktop machine, because it is everything is available in the cloud itself. So we need not able to buy that software. We need not able to install that, because all the processing is done in the cloud itself. Okay, and definitely it improves the performance. How it improves the performance? A desktop PC does not have to store and run a ton of software based application. Here we need not able to store and run the problem applications. Okay, so computers in the cloud computing will boot up faster and run faster, and easily we can be able to run your programs and process your programs and easily load it into the memory. And advantages, lower IT infrastructure cost, because if they are maintaining a centralized coordinator, so how that server should be? It should be more powerful computer. Okay, so here if they are offering, there is many of the companies are offering cloud computing process, so that they can able to replace that more powerful computer as cloud. Okay, so definitely if they need there is, if they want to complete that project within a short period of time, they need more powerful computers, means they will connect with the cloud. Okay, peak computing needs are easily handled by computers, and fewer maintenance way. So that is maintenance for organizations. Hardware, so the less hardware necessary in the organization, maintenance cost is definitely lower. Same as for the software also. There is no software on the organization computers. It's just distributed from the cloud itself. So no need to maintain the software here. And lower software cost in the sense, instead of purchasing each and every software packages, only those employees actually using that application need access to the cloud. Okay. And here installing and maintaining that programs on every desktop in the organization is saved here. Okay, it's not necessary. And it is possible that some of the cloud computing companies will, that is not all the software required by the employee is free. Some software can be given as a rent. They will charge a small amount for that purchasing that software. And the cloud services will be priced substantially lower than the similar desktop software. For example, here one of the company Google web-based applications are free. Both individuals as well as for the large organizations much more attractive than the high cost charged by the Microsoft and similar desktop software suppliers. Whereas Google is not charging, they will give everything as a free, but Microsoft Cloud is charging for that softwares to be used in the cloud. Instant software updates. Then it does not need, first of all, we need not install a software in a particular PC, right? So we are going to access through the cloud only. So if there is any updation in the software, there is no need to upgrade that software in our machine. So that is also saved. And automatically it increases the computing power as the machines are connected. Okay, so thousands of computers and servers are interconnected. So it increases the computing power. Okay, and capacity. So cloud means just has storage. So definitely and storage capacity is available. So desktop or laptop use actually it's running on space, so that only we start using the cloud computing. Okay. And increase data safety. How it increases the safety? It is gated. So your data are redistributed to the cloud process. Okay, it is not particular to a single operating system. And improve document format compatibility. Like, for example, some of the applications will be, some of the tools will be accepted by the, it's not accepted by the Google Docs, but we can able to use the tools in the Microsoft Word. So that problem we will not get if you are if you are uploading that information in the cloud. So you need not worry about the documents you create on your machine being compatible with other users' applications. Okay. So this is automatically taken care by the cloud. So no format incompatibilities when everyone is sharing documents and applications in the cloud. And easier group collaboration. We can able to connect a multiple users easily in the cloud computing collaboration concept. Like one people can be at one place, one location, US, and another people will be in India. They can able to work together if you are using a group collaboration concept. Okay. So by on sharing the files, they can able to work on that particular file simultaneously. So there is no limit for the geographic locations. So no longer does the group have to reside in a particular place, particular in a single office. They can able to be in any of the places in the world. They can able to work from anywhere in the real time. Okay, that is easier group collaboration. And universal access to documents, same as from anywhere at any place, we can able to access your document. At office, at the same time, you're closing your time and then you're moving back to home. If you want to work on that same applications means you can able to work by using, that is by sharing the files in the cloud. Okay, so it's not a problem. We can able to work in any place anyway. Okay, and you do not take care of your documents with you. It is already in the cloud. In the place in the when all we can able to access. Only thing is you need the internet connection. And version availability is also done automatically. Okay. So if there is any latest version is updated, that is user cannot worry about that version problem. So version compatibility will also not be a bigger issue in the cloud computing. And it removes the tether to specific devices. That means can't no longer tether to a single computer or a network. Not a problem. Not anymore. Anyway is the concept. Okay. So you can change the computers, your existing applications and documents follow you through the cloud. And easily we can able to portable your device, your applications and documents are still available. Okay. So you need not buy that uh, particular version of a program or particular device, or you can need not save your particular document in a specific format that is not needed in a cloud. Okay. So your documents and the programs that you are created in the same format can be used in any places. Okay. No matter what the computer you are using, it can be in the same format in the cloud. So it will not change. Okay, these are the advantages. So advantages in the sense lower IT cost, fewer maintenance, lower software cost, instant software updates, increased computing power, unlimited storage capacity, increased data safety, improved compatibility between operating systems, improved document format, easier group collaboration, universal access to documents, latest version availability, and removes the tether to specific devices. Okay. Are you able to follow? Okay. So next comes the disadvantages of cloud computing. That is, it is not much disadvantage because first thing is if you want to use a cloud computing, it definitely requires a internet connection. Okay, so simply impossible if you cannot connect to the internet, and then you do not have an internet connection, you cannot access anything from the cloud. And second point, it does not work well with the low speed connections. Like இப்போ நம்மளோட மீட்டிங் மாதிரி தான். Okay, if you have low speed connections, definitely we will not be able to do our work properly. So we need a lot of bandwidth to download your applications. You need a higher dial-up connection. That is, if it is low, means definitely uh, it will not work properly. Okay, and sometimes it can be slow, not all the time. Okay, even though if you have a fast connection, sometimes an applications can be slower than similar software program on your desktop. Okay, because so from the interface to the document you are working on, again you are sent back and forth from your computer to the computers. It's varying from that is it's moving from one computer to the another computer. Sometimes it can be slow during the process, and features might be limited. Some of the cloud computing services provided by the companies can have very minimal features. Like if you compare Microsoft Word with the Google Docs, definitely the features are different, right? So it will not, Google Docs will not be able to provide all the features given by the Microsoft, right? So that difference you can able to see. That is also the disadvantage. And stored data might not be secure. So far we had said that our data is secured. We got the integrity because it is redistributed like that. Saw. But here in the disadvantages, they told stored data might not be secure. How? Sometimes your data is distributed in many places. That is secured. That is, you can able to access your information. Here, the how it is insecure if it is accessed by the unauthorized gain access, because anyone can able to connect with the cloud. Okay, so that is the problem. Security conscious, we are going to see that concept in some other chapter. So here security is very important because any unauthorized users can able to gain access to your confidential information. So that may be the problem. Okay. And if the cloud loses your data, you are screwed. That means unusually safe replicated across multiple machines. So they are saying your data is replicated in the multiple machines. Sometimes it will create a problem to you. Okay. So, but on the off chance your data does goes missing, you have no physical or local backup because it is everything is stored in the cloud only. So if it is your data is missing, you can't able to get back your information. Okay. So this is by guessing only, not all the time it will happen. Okay. So these are the disadvantages of cloud computing. So what are the companies which provides the cloud that is using the cloud computing is Google, Microsoft. Google provides Google Docs, Google Presentation, Gmail, Calendar, Scheduling, Google Calendar. These all will be the theory questions, right? We will discuss at the end of the class, right? Okay, first let me finish the first unit by today. So Google provides all these services. So in the Microsoft, which gives you the Windows Live suite of web-based applications. So here there is Live Mesh initiative that promises to link together all of the types of devices, data, and applications in the cloud. And Amazon provides you Elastic Compute Cloud EC2. So here it enables you to, that means this EC2 provides you resizable computing capacity for application developers. And IBM also provide a cloud computing center, so which is used to deliver the cloud services and research to the clients. So like these are all the main companies: Google, Microsoft, Amazon, IBM are all the big companies which provide you the cloud computing. But there are so many smaller companies also which are which they launched their own web-based applications to exploit the collaborative nature of cloud services. Okay. Okay. So cloud services, so what do you mean by cloud service? Okay. Service offered by the cloud computing is called as a cloud service. So cloud service in the sense, so here providing the calendar option, contact applications. Okay. Like larger companies today, Google to Amazon, everybody is providing many of the cloud services that we are going to see in the um, upcoming chapters. Okay, so the application itself is hosted in the cloud, and we can run that application over the internet. That how the request goes by using the web browser. Okay, so our web browser is a user interface. Using this only, we can able to send the request to the system management. Okay, so the browser access that, like so this your client machine is a web browser, and your server machine is a web server. Okay, so web server will provide you the cloud services. Okay, so here once not the web-based applications operates and behaves like a standard desktop applications. So here the only difference is application in the working documents remains host cloud service, not on your particular desktop machines. It will be hosted on the cloud. Okay, and advantages already we had seen. What is the advantage? If your PC crashes, does not affect the host application because it is stored in the cloud. Okay, so individual user can able to access his applications and documents from any locations, and documents are hosted in the cloud. Multiple users can able to collaborate. So all these so many points are repeated only. Okay, so if you are thorough with the first unit, we can able to write the whole thing. Even for the second unit also, the same points will be repeated. Okay, so these points are already told, like no need for the crashing of PC. We can able to access from any location, anywhere. We can able to collaborate with the same document because your documents are hosted in the host cloud. And the only thing is we need a internet connection. Okay, so who are the benefits from the cloud computing? Collaborators, road warriors, cost conscious users, cost conscious IT departments, users with increasing needs. Okay, so who should not be using the cloud computing is the internet impaired offline workers, the security conscious, anyone married to an existing applications. That means I want to follow only the traditional applications. Means that people will not able to use this. Okay. At what point you have not seen my screen? I shared you the PPT. No, you can follow that, right? I will try to rectify this problem by today. It will not repeat tomorrow. Sorry for the interrupt, guys. Is it visible now? Yes. Okay. Um, okay. I just go through the things. At what point you have not seen my screen? Have you seen the advantages and disadvantages of the companies? Or from the beginning itself, you have not seen my screen? Guys, please give me a reply. So in today's class, we had seen about what is cloud computing, okay, and what are the six key properties of the cloud computing, which is user-centric, task-centric, powerful, accessible, intelligent, and programmable. And history of cloud computing starts with the client-server architecture, next peer-to-peer, then the distributed environment, distributed computing. Next comes the collaborative computing, which is used to working as a group. Okay, so next step in the collaboration is the development of large server farms. And my Sun Microsystem gives a slogan of network is a computer because all the machines are interconnected, but for the particular user, it will be act as a single computer. Okay, and we have seen about the cloud architecture. So here individual users are connected to the cloud servers, but hardware is invisible to the user. Okay, so through the user interface, connect to the system management, which provides services and makes the web application and runs that application and give back the result to the user. Okay, and advantages in the sense financially we have low cost, security in the sense it is replicated, and for the developers, for the end users, there are some advantages. And what are the pros and cons of cloud computing? There is advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing we have seen. Okay, so advantages and then disadvantages. And what are the companies which provides you the there is cloud computing today is Google. Main thing is Google, Microsoft, Amazon, IBM. Other than this, there are so many smaller companies which launch their web-based applications for collaborative users. And what do you mean by cloud services? Services offered by the cloud is called cloud service. Okay, like Google provides the calendars, that is also a cloud service. Advantages, and then who are the benefits of cloud computing? Who are not using the cloud computing? Okay, this is what we have seen in today's class. Hope you understand, right? Are you Are you able to understand this? It's a very, very easy subject to learn. Okay. Okay, guys. So for tomorrow's class, we will start with the second unit. Okay. So if you have any doubt in today's class, at any point, do you have any doubt? No doubt. Clear, right? Okay, fine. Okay, thank you all, guys. We will meet you tomorrow at 6:30. Okay. Bye, all. Good night. Attendance. Once again. For today, it's over. Okay, 6:30 to 8 is the time, right? You can all leave the meet. Attendance is automatically reported from the meeting itself. Those who are in the meeting, it's automatically reported.